political win?
Well, it's a bit of a relief rally because there were fears that perhaps the opposition could win, which would have introduced a lot of uncertainty in economic policy making. There was fears that perhaps Najib might win a smaller majority, but I think this is convincing enough that he might actually hang on to power or stay in power for the time being, and then pursue his reforms, and that's generally a positive.
Yeah, the opposition, though, says this business as usual is exactly the wrong thing for Malaysia. Do you have confidence that the ruling party is the reforms that are necessary? Malaysia's lagged behind many other Southeast Asian markets.
Well, I think it's clear that Malaysia does need deep reforms, fiscal reforms. We need to regain competitiveness here. The economy has deindustrialized over the last few years. I think there's a silver lining here, and that is that the election, the margin was fairly small, and that should galvanize the Barisan Nasional into more action to win back voters. Because on current population, you can see the way the wind is blowing over the next few years, and so I think there'll be a galvanizing factor for the administration.
Yeah, because they've underperformed. So that underperformance was deserved because of the political uncertainty that we had.
It was a political uncertainty, and it wasn't clear whether the opposition would win or Najib would come back, and how strong the majority would be.
But they deserve the underperformance, basically. Do you see some good signs in Malaysia and in the economy itself?
Yes, I think Najib, the fiscal position, he does want to, he has a 2020 vision. Now, whether he can pull it off remains to be seen. But, now with the election out of the way, the tough choices need to be made right now.
We're seeing a pop in the currency. I believe it's at a 3-year high today, and stocks obviously doing well. Yeah. How long does this last? Nice rally today, but tomorrow could be a very different story.
I think it's a bit of a catch-up because you see other currencies like the Thai baht having performed much better for a longer period of time. So we had the Malaysian ringgit underperform, and now we're catching up. But I think that will peter out quite quickly because it's a bit of a relief right now that things are, stable. They continue. We have a steady hand running the government. But, what about the big questions? And I think that will need to be answered.
Well, Fred, we'll talk more on China in our All-In discussion.
That's right. We'll be back with that shortly. But in a moment, of course, Malaysia's ruling coalition maintaining power. We're going to take a closer look at that, although the opposition claims fraud. We'll check market reaction next. Stay with us.